Hello everybody, welcome back. So I'm working in my sketchbook right now, and it's mixed media. It's 5 by 5 by 8 by 5 inches, 120 pounds. I came across these today. These are basically your brush pens, and they're watercolor, and they're double tipped. Anyways, so I want to show you something here, very simple. Okay, so I'm only using a chip brush, a 1-inch chip brush. Okay, so you have your grays over here, have my palette here, and just want to do a very quick watercolor painting. So basically I'm just going to come across like this, maybe add a little more blue, just like that. Just bring it straight down like that. Okay. Take my napkin, and now what I'm going to do is very simple, very easy. I'll take a little bit of burnt umber here, dab it here. We're going to use an X-Acto knife in this too as well. Okay, so I'm going to grab a little bit of burnt umber here, and I'm basically just going to go like this. Okay, just up and down and around, and bring it down like that. Just like that. Bring it down, bring it across. Get some of that out of there. And come back again, just like this. Okay, the burnt umber. Okay, this is very fun, very fast, very loose to do. Anyways, okay, so got that done. Still got my chip brush. All I'm using here is a chip brush. Okay, so on top of this, I'm gonna dip my brush in there and put a little bit of yellow ochre on top here. Just kind of putting spots in here, okay? Just spots. And while that's drying, I'm gonna grab me a little bit of green, sap green, in fact, and I'm gonna come across like this. Just come across, come all the way down. Sap green. You don't need many colors to do this here. Okay, so just coming down like this, you know. Now, see how these chip brushes kind of leave spots in between there? So it makes them kind of nice. Every brush has their pros and cons, right? Okay, so I'll get some of that off, and I'll come over here and we'll do another one right here. Just right here, just touch it. Bring it down like that. Okay, so what I'll do here is I'll put a little bit of blue on top of it. Okay, something a little bit, I mean, you can mix it on your palette if you want to, but I find it interesting to actually get your tones, your shades, when you're mixing it on the paper. Because that way, when you're mixing it on the paper, then you can control your tones. You know, it's not like one color is going there and one color is going there. No. So by, putting the color tones over the other color tones, makes it a little bit more, I mean, you get more of a realistic, instead of one color sap green, or you mixed it on your palette, you're not doing that here. okay? Okay, so now I'm gonna take a little bit of burnt umber here. We're gonna come back down like this. I got green on here, I got blue on here, and I'm just gonna kind of go like this. Just kind of like that. Okay, kind of toning the paper even more. Just like that. Okay, and I still have all the colors on the brush. There's hardly any water on the brush. Okay, so I'm gonna come back into my darker blue here, and I'm just gonna swipe it across like that. Just swipe it like that. Now dip it in here, but you know, I'll get the excess water off on just a paper, or I can do it on a napkin or paper towel, whatever. Okay, so just swooping across there. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my X-Acto knife. Okay, well, what do you do with these? You gotta be very careful with these. Okay. So anyways, what I wanna do is I wanna come across here gently. You can use a card, and I'll kind of create, you don't want it everywhere, just gently, little spots here and there. Like that, okay? Maybe a few flickers up here, just something like that, okay? Okay, so let's get with the marker here. Okay. Grab it. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the marker brush and I'm just gonna add little spots here and there, okay? There's a little bit here, a little bit there, and then maybe something like this. Just kind of get something in there, okay? But I'm gonna mainly use it for over here, for the shoreline. And then I'm gonna come across like this. Okay, these are watercolor. So, okay. The problem I found out with these is, well, they're almost like permanent marker, okay? They are. They're like permanent marker. They're not exactly watercolor like they say they are. So, I found this out earlier, and that's kind of why I wanted to, share this video with you guys. So, I'll come back here, and I'll grab a little bit more blue, and just kind of go over it a little bit. And now I'm getting shades, right? I might be exaggerating a little bit here, but it's to give you ideas. Okay, so bring it down here, and we'll swoop some over here. It's very wet, so we'll put some like that on there, and let's see. Yeah, let's get some of that water off. Basically, what we want to do is dry brush it. That's what I want to do anyways. Basically, dry brush it. And we can add a little bit more green. Just like that. It's wet. Okay, so when it gets really wet like this, I didn't have this problem just a few minutes ago. Just dab it out. Get the water off your paper. Okay, come back, grab some color, and you got your shades going on there. And kind of dry brush it a little bit like this. Now, just flickering this around, okay? This is a chip brush. A 1-inch chip brush. On this little bitty, on this very small sketchbook. Okay? Believe that. Okay, so let's get on with this here. Okay, so you see it leaves some nice marks there. Some nice patches of this and that. You can bring it down a little bit like this here. And whoop, swoop it across. Okay, so we'll come back with the X-Acto knife. The angle is very important, and have a gentle hand. Okay, have a very gentle hand. Just across the top. These are very sharp. They will, I mean, if you handle them the wrong way, they will hurt you. So, if you've never used them before, just letting you know. Anyways, you don't need much with these, you know. Just little scrapes here and there. A little bit here. Now, I'm barely touching it. I'm grabbing the paint. Everything is still wet, okay? Okay. Now let's do this one more time. Swoop it across the brush, and let's get the mountain a little bit more defined by putting in a little bit more umber. Just in spots. I mean, you know, it's suggestive. In spots, right? Bring it along here, and then we'll bring some down here. In fact, what I'll do here is I'll just flat out go with some black. A little bit of black. Just kind of come across here. And I'll grab a little bit more. There we go. There, now it's coming out. Prussian blue. It's actually ultramarine mixed with Prussian blue. And put some here, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there. Like that. But this is an example. I just wanted to share it with you guys. It's sketchbook. Oh, let's not forget this here. Look at this. Little birds. You could put a big one here if you want to, like that. Okay? These are fun to do. They're easy to do. I'm gonna use a few colors here. Just a few colors. And I was able to create all these textures and just having a blast, really. Now, when for me, when I'm scraping, you don't want to scrape in like all in one spot. And if you don't like your lines, put your thumb on it. Come up here. You could scrape up some grass, some little twig things, the bark, and of course the shoreline, and some of the water. The more of an angle, that's why they're angled like that. the more of an angle, the less likely you are to tear into your paper. Okay, guys, I want to wish you guys a wonderful day and evening, night, wherever you are. We'll bring some of this down. Some of this down a little bit like that. Give it a nice sheen coming across. And just kind of dab it here and there. All right, have a wonderful day. Please come back, like, and subscribe. Sketchbooks are fun. They're fun, and you always learn something from them. Have a great day. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.